river free from the fear of toxic PCBs, which are currently in the river. Now, a generation ago, I stood in this same place, having completed the first crossing of Massachusetts by canoe. I did that to raise awareness of rivers, because at that time, I felt that rivers were places that people didn't love. Everywhere I looked, I saw chain link fences and no trespassing signs and shopping carts all thrown off from bridges and signs of neglect and towns and houses which had turned their backs to the river. In that generation, I want to call attention to two people on the Housatonic. Tim Gray, the director of the Housatonic River Initiative, who has fought for our river, and Judy Herkimer of HEAL. Judy, will you please laugh? Housatonic Environmental Action League, and she's a true warrior. And together, they really influenced EPA and GE in such a way that the first 2 miles of the Housatonic River below the GE plant were clean. And on this journey back, the second time, I paddled up that and pulled up that stretch of water, and I can tell you that cleanup works. Now, generations. When I started that trip 28 years ago, my son Ben helped me carry this canoe to the edge of the Housatonic River to begin that journey. Today, 28 years later, his son Levi is the same age, and we still have a long way to go on this river. Now, the next thing on my paddle is timing. Why now? Why am I doing this now? Because about a month ago, I heard that GE had announced that it was backing away from the proposed cleanup of the Housatonic River, rest of the river. That didn't surprise me. What did surprise me was that in almost the same week, Governor Charlie Baker of Massachusetts announced that GE headquarters would move from Connecticut to Boston. That worried me. That worried me. So I decided to pick up the paddle. And that's why I'm here today. GE is a formidable company, and I am only qualified to speak about GE because I've lived in a community where there used to be a great transformer division which employed, I think, 14,000 people in Pittsfield. We were a company town in the Berkshires. Pittsfield, Lenox, Lee, Stockbridge, Housatonic, Great Barrington, Sheffield. So many jobs were at the GE. You didn't work at GE, you were at the GE, okay? But today, in those same communities, there is fear, because part of GE's tactic, I'm sorry to say, is to locate the dumps for the PCBs, which they say they will have to locate locally, behind those very riverfront communities in Lenox, Lennoxdale, in Lee on the Tyringham border, and in Housatonic, a community which has had an amazing rebirth in the last 30 years, a community where people are dedicated to arts, creating things, and where there is a real thriving middle class, okay? Housatonic has its front face on the river, and what they're afraid of is to be pinned there by a toxic dump of PCBs. And my heart goes out to them.
Hey!
Yeah. Generations. The last point. What shall we bequeath to the next generation? And here, I want to say that Senator Eldridge, when he stopped at the riverbank to speak to me in Concord, said that the Massachusetts budget contains only 0 or 0.6